guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm back with another video, and today I'm going to be talking about some of the top 5 books on my list that I would like to reread. There's so many books that I've read in the last few years since I started Weir Reads, the blog, and also this YouTube channel, and since then I encountered so many good books. And so I want to talk about some of the top 5 books that I would like to reread soon. So the first one I'm going to talk about is The Last Girl by Hart, and this is a book that's about this girl in this futuristic apocalyptic world where pretty much like half of the female population is pretty much extinct, and pretty much is like a doom to humanity type of thing, and there's like pretty much like savage land, and there's nothing else except a few percentage of the females that was saved are kept in a tower, and they're pretty much like the last hope to save humanity. But there's this girl who pretty much lives in there. Her name is Zoe, and she wants to leave that tower because she hates the tower, she hates the rules, corrupted down there, and she just wants to explore the world beyond the tower. But soon she finds out that the rest of the world is pretty much more dangerous than she thought. So it's really a good book. When I read it like in a day, and I actually read it as an ebook, but I never read it as like an actual book. So I think it would just be like a really interesting experience to read it as that. Plus I really like the book. So the second book on my list is a book that I read so long time ago, and it's what started my whole Shadowhunter phase, and pretty much I love it. I love most of Cassandra Clare books, but this is a certain trilogy that I pretty much forgot a whole lot about it. Even though I know some of the characters and I know bits and pieces about it and their significance, but I forgot a lot of the details of what went on in the book. So that book is Clockwork, and this is a book that I would like to reread, and also would like to enjoy the whole rest of the trilogy. But then I also want to read the rest of the Cassandra Clare books once Queen of Air and Shadows comes out, and then I can read it all over again. So it'll just be really fun. Another book that I would like to reread because I loved it when I read it and I would like to experience again, and that is The Martian by Weir. And this is a really good book, and it's pretty much like about a character that pretty much has so much positivity in a certain situation that if I was left on Mars and I was stuck there, I probably just would die because I don't know how to grow potatoes, and I probably just be like crying the whole time and just miserable. So, but I like this book. It's like lighthearted, but in a situation that's like not so lighthearted. Another book that I would like to experience again is actually part of a duology, and that is Six of Crows by Leigh Bardugo. And when I read it last year, I loved it, but at the same time, because like I didn't really read the Grisha trilogy, and which I am currently reading, I would like to re-experience it from the eyes of somebody that read the trilogy and then read it, because there were some things about it, like especially the Grisha world part and the magical part, I don't know a lot about it. So whenever they start making comments about like that, and also the introduction of some characters that I won't mention that appeared in the duology that I pretty much like, who are they? And so, I would like to get into it and then read this one and pretty much like experience again. And plus it's super fun. I love the characters, and hopefully there will be like maybe a follow-up series or something to go back into that world. And then lastly, the other book that I would like to re-experience again, because the writing was so good, and when I read it, there's like parts where it made me cry or just make me want to love books even more, and that is The Book Thief. And I just love this book, and I pretty much like, it makes me, when I read it made me appreciate words and books in general. And usually I would not steal any books or anything, but I don't know, I just like to read it. So that's pretty much it. So that's pretty much all the books that I would like to reread eventually someday. Let me know in the comments below if you read any of these books, and if there are some books that you would like to re-experience eventually, or maybe like even this year. Let me know in the comments below. And if you like this video, do click on a thumbs up, and if you want to see more bookish topics like this, do subscribe, because I'd love to have you there. So until next time, keep on reading.